What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. On this episode, I'm going to be getting Tammy Duckworth. So, she did something kind of stupid, and I don't want to rag on her too hard because it's just kind of a boneheaded move, and it's one of those things that I get frustrated with all Democrats for doing, so she's not really unique in this way, but it is an example of one of the things that frustrates me so much about Democrats nowadays. So, Tammy Duckworth is a centrist Democrat. She's a senator for Illinois. That's where I live. And yesterday she said that she's not going to allow her vote for any more nominations to Biden's cabinet unless those nominations happen to be a minority or LGBTQ. So she says no more white people is basically what she's saying. I'm not going to vote for any more white people. And I understand because, as a white male, I realize white males they don't need to be in positions of power anymore. They've done a terrible job, and more people have been hurt by the policies of rich, white, old males than any other ethnicity by far. So I admit that. I'm not the type that wants more white males in there, and I like the idea of having a very diverse Congress and having a bunch of minorities in there represented equally. But Tammy Duckworth, she goes out there and she's making a big fight about this. And this is why I'm so frustrated with it, because when you hear the campaign ads of these centrist Democrats, they're always going, well, I'm here to fight for you. I'm here to fight. And that's the word they'll always say. I'm a fighter. When centrist Democrats say that, like Tammy Duckworth, just remember, this is the stuff that they're going to fight for. She's not for universal health care. She doesn't want you to have health care. She doesn't want to give you guys a $15 minimum wage. She doesn't want to give, a UBI. She's not for any progressive policies. But she will fight on stupid, identity politics nonsense all day long. So if you really want to get this done, why don't you just craft a bill that will, allow more access to, minorities to run for office, or some way that you can bolster the chances that more minorities get elected to Congress. Some of the things you can do in that regard are just simply raising the minimum wage, because a lot of people that are in poverty that are minorities and they don't have time to run for office even if they want to, because they're too busy working a job that pays them $7.25 an hour. But you don't want to do that. Tammy Duckworth, you don't want to do that. You have too many corporate donors that get mad at you, so you're going to posture. You're going to act all woke and end up being a little bit racist. I hate to say what it is, but it's if you're just on principle not going to vote for any more white people without even looking at their backgrounds or their history or their policy decisions or what they want to get done, then yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you're trying to make it seem as though you're trying to fight a battle for Asians, but you're just coming off as petty and against people who are not the same as you or who are not, LGBTQ. Now, of course, I want way more LGBTQ and way more minorities in Congress and in presidential administrations. But this is boneheaded. It shows you exactly the type of empty person she is, because it's an empty battle. She'll go out there and act like she's fighting this big battle for all Asians, and she's just going to score this huge victory. No, what exactly is the end goal? They're gonna nominate who they nominate. You're just trying to. It's a PR stunt. You're trying to boost your ratings and act like you're some sort of warrior for downtrodden minorities. If you were a warrior for downtrodden minorities, how about we deal with the prison industrial complex? If you really care about minorities, why don't we work on a UBI, which would help so many impoverished minorities in this country? They don't want to talk about anything that would actually help minorities. They just want to posture on stupid shit like this. So when Tammy Duckworth tells you she's fighting for you, remember, she's not fighting for you. She doesn't want anything. She doesn't want anything that you want, more than likely. She wants to fight for these types of things that are dumb as hell, and even if she wins something, it's an empty victory because it doesn't really help anybody. So if you want to help Asian people, minorities, craft some legislation. This posturing bullshit is what drives me crazy about the centrist Democrats, is they want all this credit for doing things, and they don't do shit. Biden wants credit for canceling student loan debt, so he cancels 0.5% of student loan debt, but all the headlines are giving him credit. And he wants to, you know, all this credit like he just forgave all student loan debt when you basically just spat in the face of everybody who has student loans. They said that they want credit for getting out of Yemen, but they didn't get out of Yemen. They want credit for getting kids out of cages when all they did was move them from cages to dumpsters. Centrist Democrats will act like they're Jesus and praise me, kiss my feet, I'm saving all these people. And then you look just barely beyond their words to see what they're actually doing, and they're not doing anything. All they do is talk about how much they're doing and never get anything done. And you have people that you may work with that are like that. Everybody fucking hates those people. Those people that talk about how they're awesome all the time, but everybody that worked with them and knows exactly that they're not doing anything or they're not working nearly as hard as they talk, those people are fucking annoying. Everybody hates them, and that's the whole Democratic Party. Tammy Duckworth is a terrible senator. She should be primaried. She doesn't want anything her constituents want, and she'll only go out and fight for things like this that don't matter. Sorry. That's just the way that she goes. That's the way they all go. So if you like the way Tammy Duckworth is fighting for you right now, go ahead and give her your vote coming up. Other than that, I would vote for somebody that actually cares about things like, you know, minimum wage hikes, UBI, healthcare, you know, getting out of the wars, ending the private prison industry or the, you know, police brutality, gun control, all of those things. You have a tremendous amount of pressure on it, or a tremendous amount of power to change as a senator, but this is what she chooses to do. It's a perfect example of her and all the other vapid, empty, useless Democrats that are in the center. Thanks for tuning in. I'll do at least 1 or 2 more episodes tonight, guys. Keep fighting the good fight. See you later.